Today we're going to talk about the triangle test. And in your relationship, one of the most important things that you can remember is that God is first. In Philippians chapter 3, verse 10, Paul said, that I may know Him in the fellowship of His suffering and the power of His resurrection. The highest calling of our life is to know Him and to put Him first. However, in marriages, sometimes it's like the triangle. God is at the top, the husband's on one side, the wife is on the other. And the closer we get to God, the closer we're getting to one another. And obviously, if one spouse is getting closer to God and the other one is kind of holding back, it separates you even more and makes it to where there's more of a division in your relationship. And one of the greatest lessons that Dee and I ever learned was that I'm not God, she's not God. When we learned the lesson not to deify one another in our relationship, not to place upon our partner a burden that they will never be able to bear, that was a great day in our relationship. Because we get irritable, we get fussy, we go through things in life, we face stresses, and our humanity begins to shine brightly. But God never fails. He never gets stressed out. He's so perfect. And when we try to expect our spouse to be in that position of perfection, it always ends up in failure. And so as we approach one another and love one another, we've got to keep in mind that our spouse is wonderful, but they're not God. They're never going to be God. And when we try to place them in that position, when we try to make them deity, it's always going to end in a very stressful or even a conflict that will eventually begin to destroy your relationship. But when you realize my partner is human and I'm going to love them with all of my heart no matter what, marriage is not a 50-50, it's a 100-100. Because there are times where your partner is not going to be able to give that 100% because of sickness or stress or things that are going on in their life. And so we've got to keep in mind that our spouse is not deity. On the other side, we've got to remember that God is perfect. And the more we seek Him, the more we pursue Him, especially when we're pulling each other along, getting closer to Him, it brings us closer together as a husband and wife. God bless you. Have a great week. Start again if you don't mind. I'm sorry.